Republican Mac Thornberry of Texas courageously asked if Congress's military budget next year would matter, or whether you and OMB would simply reprogram money for things like the border wall that the president wants and Congress has not, in our constitutional authority, authorized. Now, you failed to answer the question. You simply said that you hope Congress and the administration will be partners. Mr. Secretary, does the word partners occur in the Constitution describing Congress and the committee's budgetary authority?
No, not that I'm aware of, Congressman.
Mr. Secretary, after you were nominated to be Secretary of Defense of the greatest military in the world, I was pleased to see a smart and accomplished professional in national security, a fellow infantry officer, and someone who I have worked with personally on a number of issues, selected to succeed Secretary Mattis. And if you remember, I addressed one pointed question to you, which is this. I said, Secretary Mattis left big shoes to fill, and the single most important thing that he did in your position was he was willing to stand up to the president, to disagree with Donald Trump when he proposed doing things against the national security interests of the United States and our troops. Now look, we all know that Trump, a draft dodger in great contrast to yourself and the chairman who have served our country for decades, has often done things that are in his own personal or political interests against the national security interests of the United States or the well-being of our troops. Mr. Secretary, have you been willing to not just disagree, but stand up to the president?
I'm not going to speak to my personal conversations with the president, but I can assure you that the president welcomes dissenting views, opposing views, because what he seeks from his advisors is a wide range of opinions that can help him make the best choices.
Mr. Secretary, when you took this job, did you take an oath to the president or to the Constitution?
Constitution of the United States. I've taken that oath multiple times over my 40 years of professional life.
It must be very difficult to reconcile having lived with the West Point Honor Code, that, quote, no cadet shall lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those that do, when working for this president. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.